Hi, folks. So I'm here for your eclipse forecast. My gosh, it's probably feeling intense energy at the moment. I know I've been having to do a lot of inner work and having to burn things down, right? It feels like there's lots brewing, and we're like eclipse season. We're almost in this like in this void space between the old paradigm and this new paradigm that we are stepping into. So I'd love to hear. Do feel free to say hello in the chat. Hopefully, I've turned it on. Um, but I would love to know what is moving for you, what is shifting for you. This and oh my gosh, if you want to make something happen, this is the time to do it, right? We've got a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, right? Fire sign. We have so many planets in Aries. Like, this is the time to really go for it. Go for it, go for it, go for it. And don't hold back. Yeah. So the new moon is happening on the 8th of April in Aries in the cardinal fire sign. This is an initiating energy at 19 degrees and 24 minutes of Aries. So you GMT time, that's happening at 6:20 p.m. But do check your time zone. And this is where astrology can actually be transformational, because if you understand what area of your life that this eclipse is happening in, you can then make those changes and really like catapult yourself forwards. I've been learning more about my human design in the last few days, and being a projector, a splenic projector, things are meant to move fast if I trust my spleen and let things go and keep moving forward. So you may feel this real sense of needing to burn things down, burning things down to the ground, right? And I know that can be really scary, right? We're in the unknown then. But this is a real opportunity to go, what feels good to me? What lights me up? And with that Aries energy, the archetype is the ram, right? So a new moon is a new beginning, but it's magnified by that eclipse. So really allow yourself to be in your little cocoon from between now, like tomorrow and Monday is the dark moon. A lot of people don't talk about the dark moon, but the dark moon is really where you can more easily connect with your intuition. You can feel that wisdom coming through. So really like use that dark moon phase to feel into your truth, feel into your wisdom, to then take steps from that place rather than the head, rather than the shoulds, because this energy, being Aries and the ram, actually rules the head. So although it's fire, it's spontaneous, it's like we need to follow our courage and we need to follow what lights us up. So this is a real time to, what is it you feel passionate about? Are there things you've been sitting on that you want to do? Now is the time to make it happen, particularly on a new moon with an eclipse. You have got full permission to do that. Yeah. We've got so many planets in Aries at the minute, and this new moon is conjunct the North Node and Mercury. So North Node is about your soul path. So this is the time to go, okay, what is my mission, my vision, my bigger purpose? And what is it about that bigger purpose that I am super passionate about, right? I was sharing a story with a lady I connected with earlier, and I was saying that actually when my last full-time job, I was working in a guest house that was kind of like, imagine Faulty Towers meets Vicar of Dibley. Very unusual place. And I met some really interesting people there. We had a lot of Steiner, teachers from Steiner schools coming, all sorts. And I just felt this burning passion in me that I had to leave. And at the time, I was studying astrology, and I literally took that leap of faith, and gosh, I'm so glad I did. There was this fire in me, and we all have that fire in us, right? Something that really lights you up, that absolutely transforms your life if you practice. If you're maybe an artist, you get that fire when you paint, or if you're, a therapist or giving people guidance, that's often where the fire is in the thing that you love to do. So really follow that passion and just be curious and listen. Where is my passion leading me at this new moon eclipse? Follow that, be curious, because it's so easy for us to get into serious mode. And I know I'm guilty of that, you know, but we need to find the joy in everyday life and go, okay, how can I be curious and how can I inject more playfulness into my life? This energy is really asking us to be courageous, be fearless in what you want. Okay. And I know it's scary when things are in the unknown and we're in this space of like, oh, I can see my old life and I can see where I want to go, but I'm in this sticky sauce, a bit like that caterpillar that's stuck in its cocoon and it just needs to go through that sticky, edgy part, facing the edgy parts of you. And I know I'll hold my hands up high. The last few days, I've really been with this whole thing of like, why is it that I dim my fire down? I've got loads of fire in my chart, but often people don't see that part of me. And it's probably a fear of being visible, of being seen as too much, right? But the fire is powerful if you use it with intention. So this new moon is like, right, how can I be intentional with my passion? Not burning yourself out, not, if you're highly sensitive, not focusing on everything, but just leaning into that energy. Where does this passion want to go? Where can I channel this passion in my life? And if you know where in your natal chart, which life area Aries is ruling for you, that will give you an indication of what this eclipse wants to release. If it's for example, in mine, it's in my first house, which is the house of my sense of self. Although I'm a Pisces rising, I've still got that Aries energy in there. So for me, I find it is unlocking vitality. It's really trusting that passion and where it wants to go. Um, and then we've got Mercury retrograde at the same time. So, we might need to have some difficult conversations with people, again, in that life area, whatever it is for you. And when we have Mercury retrograde, people freak out, right? I don't want you to freak out. It's a natural thing that happens, but just be aware that make sure you can be as clear as possible when you communicate, because this is the time where things can get um, diluted or things can feel confusing, whether it's in a conversation or if you're signing contracts, just be mindful. Yeah. But actually, I think Mercury retrograde is a good thing because it gives us time to reflect on that life area for you. And essentially, the theme of this being tapping into what makes us authentic, what are your passions, just reflecting on that, and you might have extra wisdom and clarity come through if you stick with it. Because with the eclipse, it is like a portal opening. That's how I describe it. But it's also showing us some of our shit, showing us some of those edges or those facades that we've been hiding behind. That it's like, right, this is time to go. So it's really about, that's what I call this video, the courage to burn the old, because it can be easy to hold on to things, right? We get comfortable. We're like, right, I know how this works. If it's a offering in your business you're running, but deep down, that fire in you knows the truth. That fire knows the next step. So make space to hear it, connect with it. What helps you feel that fire in you? Like for me, dancing is great, or a walk in nature, something where I'm out, I'm connected with my body, and connected to the elements, and listen to where that fire wants to go. Yeah. So there is a lot of fire energy here, and we need to channel it in a way that is intentional, because if the fire doesn't have a channel, the spark will burn out, the spark will go out. So be mindful, be brave, be courageous. And this is an a perfect time, even more because it's got the eclipse. A new beginning, a massive shift in your life can happen now if you stick with this energy and you let that passion direct you, guide you in your life. Yeah. And that north node, it's almost like this fire is going to give you new renewed passion and hunger for like the soul work you're doing. If you lost that passion, that motivation, Aries is going to infuse that into your life, into your business. So, really want you to harness this. I'm definitely harnessing this myself because I've lost, probably have not been embodying my fire lately. So, this is an invitation to be curious, be playful. I always think of, from the 12 zodiac signs, that Aries is actually the one that's most connected with the inner child, right? So that's why I say be curious. Allow yourself to be spontaneous. The thing I love is if I go, through a children's park and there's a swing that's empty. I love just a swing in the park. Things like that, because that's where the joy is. And the more connected you are to your joy, the easier it is to hear your intuition, to hear that fire and let it move you. So this feels like a really significant piece. Um, be authentic, and it helps us to be more direct. Those people that just very assertive and just I have friends like that that just go on go forwards of blunt, but they get things done, right? That's the energy we're in. So harness it in your life, harness it in your art, in your business, and I'm excited to see what unfolds for you all. And if you're like feeling in that void space, feeling in that sticky place of like, I'm going through some rebirth, like I really know how you feel. I'm in that right now. And I'm running Persephone's Awakened Artist Journey, 5-week journey starting at the end of this month. So the details are in the link. The link is below this video, so do check it out. I would love to see you there. And I hope that this eclipse brings you more magic and actually helps you have the courage to burn down the old. All right, bye for now, loves.